What's up, y'all? My name is Miss Wise, and we're out here taping the 4th season of the Pigeon presents the Philadelphia Poetry Slam one-on-one street slams.
And it's me, Jacob Winterstein, and this is a very special edition of our one-on-one street slams because we're out here in Oakland, California at the National Poetry Slam, and we're doing Philly versus the rest of the U.S. We got Nate and Bryant from the Lethal Poetry Slam in Chicago, Illinois.
And then over here we have the Pigeon presents the Philadelphia Poetry Slam. Short name is the Philly Pigeon.
Slam team, it's going to be amazing. Let's watch.
May 24th, 12:50 a.m.
I trace circles in the sheets on my mother's bed, staring blankly at a television. The images play on despite me, and I absorb nothing. The air inside buzzes. The air outside is quiet.
May 24th, 12:55 a.m.
My sister is on the porch with an old friend. He's a boy she hasn't seen since middle school, now a 21-year-old man. They spend the evening roaming Southwest Philly like the playground of their youth, catching up on the years life put between them. They fill their time with laughter and tomorrows.
12:56, the unidentified man walks her home. 12:57, the pair say goodnight. 12:58, she closes the door between them.
1 a.m., the air outside is quiet.
Until it's not. The night sky rips open and declares itself gunshot.
My bones ache with knowing before my brain does. 1 a.m.
Outside, an unidentified person is screaming. An unidentified person is banging on the door. My sister just shut the door behind her.
Call 911. They shot
1 a.m.
Neighbors spill from their porches to see how close to home the bullets hit. The distant scream of sirens is getting closer, but death is hovering above my home, muffling all of the panic.
An unidentified man
is knelt in prayer at my doorstep, blood dripping like tears from the bullet hole above his cheek.
6 a.m. Early this morning, a 21-year-old man was shot in Southwest Philadelphia. He is in critical condition. The police have not released his name.
2 p.m. My sister gets a call from the police.
He didn't make it.
She sits on the dining room floor, arms wrapped around our mother's leg, crying. I sit beside her. We are both adults now, but in this moment, we have never looked smaller.
May 25th.
I watch the news waiting for his follow-up story. May 26th. I watch the news waiting for his follow-up story.
May 27th.
I cross the street to avoid the spot where his blood still stains the sidewalk.
May 28th.
I watch the news waiting for our follow-up story. For them to say he isn't in critical condition anymore. For them to say he's dead. For them to release his name, because it weighs heavy on my tongue like a bullet. Say his name was Shamir. Say his murder replays constantly. Say that people die on other people's doorsteps all the time. But it's only significant when the doorstep is yours. Say I can still hear the sky
ripping open that night.
And that the air is only quiet in moments before it isn't. Say Shamir. Shamir.
Shamir. Shamir.
Say it until your tongue aches with knowing.
In response to the negative metaphors about Chicago we've heard in people's poems while being here at the 2014 National Poetry Slam.
Or an open letter to anyone who only has negative things to say about Chicago.
To anyone who wants to come to Chicago, we welcome you with open arms.
But when you come, know that we will defend it from both the slander and the truth.
Truth is, people think we call it the Windy City because of the wind. We actually called it the Windy City because too many people fly by it and leave. Truth is, you're right. A few weeks ago, over 80 people were shot in one weekend. The FBI calls us officially the murder capital of America, but need I remind you of all the things we brought to life? Chicago.
Gwendolyn Brooks was the first black person to ever win a Pulitzer Prize.
Chicago. The DuSable is the first African American museum in history. Chicago.
When little Walter found out that somebody else was using his name to get gigs, he slit the man's throat.
So all that black pride shit you hear in people's poems came from Chicago first. You see, the slander is
that the city is a horde of bloodshed and conflict.
That all of our murder capital kids have made grills out of hollow tips.
That their loveless slang makes Morse code of the bang, bang in the backdrop of your Twitter feed.
Don't like my city as a simile. We are more than just guns and bullets. So please, don't reduce us to some whack-ass metaphor and some whack-ass poem about how fucked up the world is. When you speak of Chi-Town, mention courage.
Mention bravery.
Ask, how do they keep stepping with all that stride? How do they keep loving with all that hate, ripping away at their throats like a savage wolf? So if you don't understand Chief Keef when he raps, that's because he's not rapping, motherfuckers. He's just being an urban newscaster.
Truth is,
there are parts in our city that is nothing but food deserts and unsupported schools. Truth is, there are parts of your city that is nothing but food deserts and unsupported schools.
So when you speak about Chicago,
know that you're speaking about yourself. We are resilient.
We are nuanced.
We are human. We are more than the constructs that have been erected against us.
If you are not
trying to help, get out of the way.
If you're going to write about us as a prophecy,
then please write a bigger fucking dream.
And remember, we
welcome you to our city with open arms.
Yo, that right there was amazing. So what you gotta do is go online underneath the comments. You're online right now, and let us know who you thought won.
And don't go underneath the comments, go right in them. And don't forget to check out our live show. You can find out more information at thephillypigeon.com. Peace.